Test. 1, 2. Test. 1, 2. Good morning. We're just waiting on a few students to arrive, and when they arrive, we'll start the program. So hang in there. Good morning. Welcome parents, students, and distinguished guests. This is our 8th grade honor celebration, award celebration. This morning, we'll be honoring several young men and women for their outstanding achievement during the course of the school year. You'll recognize that they'll be in different categories, and there are many categories that they can win. The problem was that there was so many good kids to pick from this year that it was very difficult. But have you know that your names were voted, or the people being recognized, or the students being recognized, are the ones that were voted by the faculty as a unanimous decision. So congratulations to all the recipients this morning. There are many, like I said, individuals who were worthy of this honor. It was not a tough, it was a tough decision. It's not easy trying to come up with just single names for young men and women. So congratulations to all of you who will be recognized shortly. I want you to give you a quick overview of what the program will be like this morning. In a minute, we will begin presenting the awards. At the conclusion of the award presentation, if there is time, I will read the names of the 8th grade students who were recognized as Presidential Award winners. If not, I will recognize them as a group as a whole. Once that segment is concluded, we will watch the end of the year video created by Ms. Delamonica. And at that point, teachers, do not shut down the video or link at that point, because I will, after that is over, be giving some closing remarks. So, having said that, let's get on with our presentation and honoring our students this morning. The first award is our American Legion Award, and it's presented by Vice Commander Craig Wilhelm. Teachers presenting this award will be Mrs. Griffin, Mr. Wolberg, and Mrs. Whalen.
I'd like to thank Henry's North for inviting us here today. The American Legion Award is a very prestigious award. Whoever wins this award today, you got to remember a couple things. You won this because of your pride, your citizenship, and your knowledge of what is currently going on today. For mainly the male student who wins this award, if you decide to go to a military academy after you graduate from high school, this will help you get into the academy. So it's something to think about. And I know I'm going to murder these names, but the girl award winner is Angeline Verma. What's that? Okay. And I know I'm really going to murder this name. Ryan Cecere, C-E-C-E-R-E. Thank you.
Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Martin Luther King Jr. This year's American Legion Award winner exemplifies this quote, as service to others is ingrained in her character. She has actively served our school community for 3 years on student council and 1 year on the diversity team at North, while maintaining straight A's every marking period. I still remember her interviewing for student council. With a bow in her hair, she was bright-eyed and enthusiastic, eager to help plan dances and sell tickets during lunch. She had an aptitude for decorating and could be trusted with the hot glue gun. So away she went, attaching fairy lights to cardboard fish and hanging lanterns from the basketball backboards. Her participation on various dance committees helped to create an environment where students could spend time together and get to know each other in a fun and safe place. Her maturity and her ability to problem solve made her a dream to work with. As time progressed, this young woman transitioned into leadership positions on student council, first as treasurer, then corresponding secretary. In these roles, she communicated with others on our behalf, helped to plan our student council budget, maintain our records, and complete the dreaded monthly audit trail, a document used to reconcile our account that is printed in size 8 font and requires a magnifying glass to read. Her passion and her commitment shone through with each responsibility that she accepted. With the absence of dances this school year, Student Council was looking for ways to support our community. We just came off a difficult end to the 2020 school year and started this year with many students in the district learning from home. Mindful of the world around her, our American Legion Award recipient thought there may be a need for tutoring at the elementary level. She set up a meeting with Wheels Global Foundation to identify possible service projects, and this meeting resulted in the Bedminster Reading Program, where student council members read to first and second grade buddies from Bedminster Elementary. Her drive and motivation moved this project forward and taught students and teachers alike the joy that comes from serving others. Now, Mr. Volberg would like to share a few words about this amazing young woman.
Thank you, Mrs. Griffin. You mentioned so many amazing things about this amazing young woman and things that I will always identify with her. The bows in her hair, the ever-present smile and bright eyes that always seem to be smiling as well, the level of responsibility that is unheard of in a middle school student. I've never heard her say a negative word about anyone. She is constantly finding the positive side of things. You're absolutely right to use the words maturity, responsibility, and passion to describe her. I've had the pleasure of teaching her about the flute for the past 3 years. She approaches that just like everything else in her life, with a strong desire to learn and succeed at a very high level at all times. She's also a beast on the lacrosse team as their goalie, making great saves and keeping them in every game. When I think of tough kids, I think of the lacrosse goalie. And this young lady is no exception. She knows how to turn her intensity into that sport, as well as music, student council, and her schoolwork. Here are a few things that some of her other former teachers had to say about her. Mrs. Bronstein said, "This young lady is the definition of the phrase, a pleasure to teach. She approaches every single task with a positive attitude and a beaming smile. I have no doubt she'll continue to succeed in all of her endeavors in high school and beyond." Mrs. Reel added that she is such a nice, bright person. Although we could go on and on, one thing she always appreciated, Mrs. Reel appreciated, with this young lady's calm demeanor and smiling face. As a teacher, looking out and seeing her in the classroom always helped brighten Mrs. Reel's day. Ms. King also used words to describe our award winner: polite, patient with her peers, kind-hearted, always willing to help, participate, and give of herself in class, uses her skills and knowledge to advance the class instead of just keeping it to herself and accepting of others. Mr. Wonder, who doesn't say much nice things about anyone, added this: "She is a mature, hardworking, well-rounded young lady, incredible in the classroom and on the athletic fields. I was truly honored to have taught her." And Dr. Cole stated that she is one of the most charismatic, compassionate, talented, caring, intelligent young ladies he has come across in his many years in education. Her infectious, positive personality is felt by everyone. She exemplifies everything that is good about students at North Middle School. Undoubtedly, she will do great things in her life. And what I also want to add is that she is likely standing here right now and not feeling a sense of accomplishment just for herself, but because of how she is, she's probably also thinking that she wishes she could share this award with her twin brother, because that's just the way she is. She never expects an extremely high level of effort and success from herself, or she always expects that, but she never wants to leave anyone behind or left out. And it's with the greatest of pleasure that we are presenting this year's American Legion Award to Anjali Verma.
The American Legion Award is presented to a student that exemplifies leadership, compassion, honor, character, service, and scholarship. Leadership is defined by the ability to lead, guide, command, and respect all. Without leadership, none of the above mentioned characteristics can be possible. Douglas MacArthur said it best: a true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but become one by equality of his actions and integrity of his intent. On many occasions, I have seen Ryan be a natural leader by challenging not only himself, but his peers and his teachers alike. His mom had this to say: he approaches all of his assignments as he always has done, his dedication and pride. He has super respect for his teachers and classmates. He shows up every day, dressed, camera on, engaged and ready to learn. He was always so happy and grateful to be part of the drama production again, where he was able to reconnect with his friends for some much needed social time, and where he exemplified drama's motto: your character off stage matters more than your character on stage. Always respectful, diligent, courteous, and kind. Dr. Cole describes him as a polite, friendly young man. He is a talented actor, and I am confident he will do great things as he moves to the high school. Mrs. Schellenberger expresses that he was such a joy to direct, teachable, and hardworking, and she really hopes that he'll continue to be brave as his Director's Choice Award. He will always take risks beyond his comfort zone so he can really grow as a performer and continue to encourage and inspire those around him. For me, this student always demonstrated leadership, compassion, honor, character, service, and scholarship in my classroom when performing and when he was performing in drama in all 3 years here at North Middle School. He was in The Lion King, he was in James and the Giant Peach, and then finally he was Farquhar, which I believe was the furthest from his personality. And I really truly believe that in all of it, James and the Giant Peach was the closest to your personality, truly. Strong young man, ready to take on the world, ready to lead, whether it be bugs or anything else, into wonderful things. In the words of his famous character that he played, marvelous things will happen. I do believe marvelous things are going to happen for you, Ryan. I really do. Congratulations on receiving the American Legion Award. I'm very glad.
Congratulations, Ryan and Anjali, two extremely worthy winners of those awards. Two terrific young people. The next award is the State Senator Award. Nancy Adam will be presenting the award on behalf of Senator Stephen Santasero. Ms. Adam. And the teachers presenting the award will be Mrs. Murphy and Mrs. Fuller.
Thank you for having me. The Senator wanted to express his sorrow that he couldn't be here today. This gets to be a very, very busy time, and we had another event, so we split up based on geography where we lived, so you got me. but we want to congratulate the 3 recipients of the Good Citizenship Award. This award goes beyond an academic achievement of the student. It also honors the outstanding character and leadership abilities of the chosen recipients. The honored students for 2021 are Lauren Murphy, Tyler Flaska, and Meredith Detweiler.
Good morning. This next student that we are presenting the State Senator Award to is an 8th grader who shows outstanding character, scholarship, and leadership. I had the pleasure of working with this student as a 7th grader. In our world geography course, he was an absolute superstar. He came to my class knowing the location of every country of the world. He once sat down and hand drew a large map for me of all 196 countries of the world to scale and labeled. He has an amazing geography knowledge base. He was the winner of last year's school geography bee, but sadly, it was canceled due to COVID, and he never got the chance to compete at a higher level. I'm certain he would have gone far if he had been given the chance. Here at North, his teachers, including his 6th and 7th grade teachers, consider him a strong student academically who always puts forth his best effort and does so with enthusiasm. This year was yet another year of earning straight A's in all of his classes. While his academics and social studies skills are strong, and that's quite commendable, especially to me as a world geography teacher, this young man is so much more. What is also quite impressive is the person that this student is. Every teacher offering input noted that he is kind, helpful to others, a leader in group work, and always respectful both to his peers and to his teachers. His family shared with me his love of building, drawing, especially maps, and travel. More than anything, his family notes that he is a good person who puts others' needs above his own. Today, the staff and students of this school honor you, Tyler Flaska. Not only are you an exceptional student, but more importantly, you are an exceptional human being. Congratulations and best wishes for continued success at the high school. Tyler?
Mrs. Murphy, continue. I'll be right back. Ms. Murphy, we'll go and then we'll.
Good morning. Outstanding character, scholarship, and leadership are the qualifications for the State Senator's Citizenship Award. Today I have the privilege of presenting this award to 2 young women who've exemplified these qualities throughout the 3 years that they've been students here at North. This year in social studies, I had the honor of having both of them in class where we talked about and learned a lot about citizenship and what it means to be a good citizen of our country, school, and community. We grew to understand that citizenship encompasses not only our rights and freedoms, but carries with it duties and responsibilities that require putting one's country or community before our own needs or wants. These ladies consistently demonstrate that understanding through their superior academic achievement and dedication to their school, families, extracurricular involvement. They've been excellent students, friends, teammates, and citizens throughout their time here at North Middle School. As Dr. Cole stated, both young ladies are polite, well-mannered, and friendly. They are 2 of the nicest girls to ever come through North. Mr. Wonder describes this first recipient of this award as a hard worker, conscientious, kind to her classmates, always willing to help, to which he added, she even laughed at my bad dad jokes. Mrs. Varespi described her as a pleasure to teach. She's kind, pays attention to detail, and gives 100% to everything she does. Dr. Cole recalled a story stating, I will never forget that when I asked her what she was getting for her birthday, she told me, I really don't ask for anything, and if I get money, I donate it to charity. It is my great pleasure to present this award to Meredith Detweiler. The next recipient of this award is often described as quiet and reflective. However, she is also a strong, confident, mature, and capable leader. As her teacher, I can attest that she is hardworking, trustworthy, kind, and responsible. You can always depend on her to do what is right and to do it exceptionally well. She displays confidence, dedication, and initiative in academics, service to her school through student council, as well as her soccer and basketball teams. Mr. Wonder described this student as mature, hardworking, conscientious, kind to classmates, and always willing to help, to which he added, she just shook her head at my bad jokes. Mrs. Griffin called her a rock star, adding that although she just joined student council this year, she was a hard worker who spread her positive energy. She's a quiet leader who gets in there and gets the job done. It is an honor to present the Citizenship Award to Lauren Murphy.
I'm not going to read my speech again, but I am going to say he does have a copy of it in his hand, so he'll be able to watch it live and follow along. And again, Tyler, the staff and students of this school honor you. What I alluded to in my speech is that not only are you an exceptional student, but more importantly, you're an exceptional human being, and we all feel honored to have worked with you this year and the past 2 years.
Congratulations to those three recipients again. Well deserved. And sorry for the glitch. There's always something. The next awards we'll be presenting are the Outstanding Athlete Award. And they'll be presented by Mrs. Parker and Mrs. Detweiler, as well as Mr. Hickey.
Good morning, everyone. I had the chance to get to know this outstanding athlete this past season in lacrosse. I had such a good time coaching her. She was an outstanding player, always a leader on and off the field. She was a great role model for, all of our newer players. So it was a pleasure, to get to know her in such a short time this past season. And she's going to do great in the high school. I can't wait to hear all about it. So it's my honor to present this award, to such a dedicated, strong, great athlete.
Good morning, everybody. I was lucky enough to have coached this recipient of the Female Athlete Award for 2 years and in 2 of the 3 sports that she played here at North. She started off the year as a virtual student, but that never kept her from missing any practices or missing any games. To put it into words as to what kind of individual she is would be difficult, because there are so many that we could use to define this athlete. I believe the best way to describe her is coachable, hardworking, passionate, self-driven, and has a never-give-up attitude on and off the field. As a 7th grader, she was one of the 3 7th graders that played on the very talented varsity field hockey team that happened to win the Bucks Month that year with a record of 9-1. She scored 4 goals that season as a midfielder, so I knew only good things would become of her as an 8th grader. This past season as an 8th grader, she was chosen as a co-captain by her teammates. She was a quiet leader that always led by example. It didn't matter if it was at practice or a game, her leadership was evident. She has always been a player that I could count on to give her to anything, any situation. If I asked her to switch positions, she was always willing to take one for the team or to move on. The individual also played basketball for Mr. Hickey and myself and was a varsity player that was part of the undefeated team this year. When it came to basketball, her defensive skills came into play as she never wanted to be beat. Her drive for perfection is apparent with everything she does. She always wants to please her teachers and coaches and will work harder than the next girl to make that happen. Dedication and hard work are how she rolls. A few of her teachers had this to say. Mrs. Lockery said, "This individual demonstrates a high level of coachability, competitiveness, a skill in athletics. She pushes herself to excel in all that she does on the field and has a thirst for learning and improving. She is a 3-sport athlete and competes outside of school on multiple teams, including box lacrosse. North's lacrosse team recently participated in a fun scrimmage with the high school junior varsity team, and she effortlessly executed a behind-the-back goal that most high school lacrosse athletes don't ever even attempt. It was exciting to watch." Mr. Wonder also had this to say. "She is a hard-working, mature young adolescent, both in the classroom and on the athletic fields. She was a true pleasure to have in class, a great kid." As you can tell from everything said here today, Miss Leah Varespi is the deserving recipient of the Female Athlete Award. Congratulations, Leah.
It's my privilege and honor to present the Male Athlete of the Year Award. The award is given to a student who participated in extracurricular activities here at North Middle School and has achieved exemplary athletic accomplishments, demonstrated good sportsmanship, leadership, and teamwork. This individual excelled in 3 sports here at North Middle School. And what is amazing about this athlete is that he just started playing organized sports in 7th grade. I had the opportunity to be his phys ed teacher when he was in 6th grade and saw how athletic he was. But even more importantly than that is the kind of character that he portrayed, as he was a hard worker, humble, persistent, respectful, and encouraging to other students in the class. So as a teacher, I was thrilled when he decided to try something new and participate in sports in 7th grade. There are many students who don't realize their potential until they take a risk and try something. This individual did and excelled in 3 sports that he never participated in before. Having potential is one thing, but applying that with hard work, coachability, being a good teammate is all important in improving as an athlete and helping your team to be successful. Feedback from other teachers all mention his hard work, which is a key to being successful. Dr. Cole stated, "He has grown and matured into a well-rounded young man. He should be proud of his accomplishments." Coach Stokes said, "As an 8th grader, he had a great football season. He started both sides of the ball and really excelled at each position. Everything came together during his last game for North, where he had an interception, 2 receiving touchdowns, and even threw for a touchdown. He was a hard worker, and I'm sure will be great in whatever the future holds for him. In basketball, he was a leader on the team, as he worked hard to improve his game and the players around him. He was an unselfish player who led by example. He was our leading rebounder and scorer on the varsity basketball team this year, as well as one of our top defenders. In track, he was our top hurdler, one of our best sprinters, and one of our leading scorers. He probably would have been our top scorer if he did not get injured for the last 3 meets. Even with not being 100%, he still tried to run through his injury those last 3 meets to pick up needed points for the team and helped his team to a successful 7-2 record. It is my honor to present the Male Athlete Award for this year to William Wallace.
Our next award is our Merit Award that will be presented by Ms. Marchese and Mrs. Cook. And before I say that, congratulations to Will and Leah. Well deserved.
Today, I have the honor of presenting the Merit Award to a well-deserving person. The Merit Award is my favorite award of the 8th grade ceremony, as it shows the growth, the resiliency, and the change in an individual over their 3 years at North Middle School. As a school counselor, I am one of the unique positions that in the building that follows a grade for their duration of middle school. I get to see you from the start as a nervous 6th grader to the 8th grader who is ready to launch into the vast opportunities ahead. Today's Merit Award recipient started off their 6th grade year as a shy, timid, but kind, work-avoidant student who would escape from class when things got tough. Typically, we mark school success by grades, completion of assignments, and attendance, but another key marker of success is the personal journey and growth in an individual. Now, at the close of 8th grade, this student is still shy and timid, but I bet most of her classmates have never taken the opportunity to try to have a true conversation to get to know her. But today, she has blossomed into a focused, mature, wonderful friend and student. In the conversations I have had with this student during her 8th grade year, I see growth, the overcoming of personal hurdles, abilities to reflect and have self-awareness, and most importantly, has become a self-advocate for herself. Last year, when the world became a little more chaotic than usual, and we were all thrown into our homes to learn and work, this student excelled educationally when most students declined in their academics. This school year, she has been more confident, demonstrates reliability, finishes things to completion, and remains engaged when things get hard. Many times this year, friends and other parents have expressed to me their gratitude for the supportive and great friend she has been. She has gained listening skills and wisdom that has led her to become a calm, stable friend. In addition to the student's great accomplishments, I also must take a moment to honor her parents, as they have been instrumental in her growth. This student's parents have put their child first and have provided a cohesive co-parenting atmosphere, which I believe has been the foundation to the person we see in front of us today. Resiliency, personal struggles, self-awareness, All these qualities take time and work. It takes effort to show up each day, one day at a time, to find it within ourselves to take the leap that we call change. George Bernard Shaw said progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. I challenge you all today to take this summer and reflect on a way that you can show your personal growth. Maybe you take the time to get to know a new person, or change your focus to completing assignments by the due date. Whatever it is, you can put your mind to it and be the change in your life, as this student has demonstrated so beautifully during her middle school experience. It is my honor to introduce this year's recipient of the Merit Award to the change maker herself, Addison Sprangers.
I have the honor of presenting this year's Merit Award. The Merit Award is being presented to an extraordinary young man who exhibits strong motivation and work ethic and is a student who continually strives to learn and improve. He is motivated to succeed in school, and his hard work has shown throughout the years. The student's knowledge and his love of reading have contributed to meaningful and interesting class discussions. The student was recently inducted into the North Middle School chapter of the National Junior Honor Society, an achievement that he greatly deserved. He works hard in and out of class and is always prepared. He shows respect to everyone and is respected back by both teachers and his classmates. This year's honoree demonstrates these outstanding qualities in every area of his life. His dedication extends beyond the classroom, as he is an active member of the Boy Scouts Troop of America. When asked by both past and present teachers to describe this individual, they all had praise and beautiful words to describe the student. Many of the student's teachers had similar things to say. He is kind and very friendly to everyone. You can count on him to add positivity and to brighten everyone's day, even last spring on Zoom. He is a cheerful, respectful, and lights up every room that he walks in. He is an amiable and polite young man, considerate of those around him. He always says hi and engages in conversation. Other teachers have said, I have never had the privilege of teaching this student, but I can say that he made my morning every day with a big good morning or hello, have a nice day. I soon learned who he was because I just had to know who started my day off the right way. Mr. Gibbons says he is always pleasant and kind. He is the type of kid who says hello at the start of class and wishes you a good day at the end of class. He is opinionated, but respectful when voicing those opinions. He works hard, and I have no missed assignments from this student all year. Dr. Cole says he is one of the nicest young men that I know. He greeted me every morning with hello and wished me a nice day. I will miss seeing him as the first friendly face that I see in the morning. And I know that as he continues to strive to do his best, he will succeed in whatever he chooses to do. It is my pleasure to present the North Middle School Merit Award for the 2020-21 school year to Sean Anthony.
Well deserved, Addie and Sean. Yes, he is the first face I see every morning as he gets off the bus, and I will miss him. Art Award will be presented next by Mrs. Brandy O'Neill.
Good morning. The Art Award this year has 2 students that embody open-minded thinking, creativity, and imagination. This award is given to one of the most unique individuals, someone with a kind heart and imagination who can create something out of nothing. Ethne Allen is a remarkable artist whose art is inspiring and captivating. Her artwork is fun and whimsical, just like her. It's very short, sorry. Short and sweet. And then, Ethne, come on in. The other award recipient is Anjali Verma. Anjali was an online student this year, and her creativity shined through the computer screen. She was engaged in the classroom and took ideas to new levels as she inspired and assisted others in her creativity. She created some of the most unique artwork out of very limited supplies because I taught her in one of the first quarters. Anjali.
Congratulations to Ethne and Anjali. A little side note about Ethne. I'm sure anything she can't do. And just so you know, personal conversations. Just this year, she learned to juggle, ride a unicycle, and juggle and ride a unicycle at the same time, just for something to do. Not to mention her artwork. So, very talented young lady. So, both well deserving. Student Council Awards will be presented by Mrs. Griffin.
Would the student council officers please come on up here? Many tiny pins with tiny print. So just like this school year was crazy and weird, student council was a little different as well. For those of you who are in 8th grade, you know our bread and butter are our dances, and we spent a lot of time preparing for them and learning how to do them well, and then we didn't have them at all. So we started this school year thinking, what are we going to do? We didn't have a homeroom. I saw the kids for like 15 minutes a couple times a week. So they brainstormed a lot of activities, and they did spirit days and tried to support Penridge Fish, and we started our Bedminster reading program, and that was pretty amazing. And sometimes as the adult in the room, you forget it's not your job to direct, but to facilitate. And these are the group of kids who are our officers, and they were our leadership, and they did a phenomenal job, not just accomplishing quite a few things in what will go down as the strangest school year ever, but also keeping me on the rails, because I told them in the beginning, I'm like, I don't notice, but I was struggling a little this year, and they're fantastic. So I'm going to introduce them to you. This is Hannah Sabbath, our president. Congratulations. There you go. All right, and our vice president is Elise Aquila. Elise, congratulations. We have 2 treasurers because that is quite the job. And our treasurers this year were Ava Campbell and Dylan Verma. There you go, guys. Wait, let me shake your hand. Good job. And then our corresponding secretary was Anjali Verma. Come on up. Congratulations, Verma. And Isabella Onfrillo was our recording secretary. She had the great job of typing our minutes. Congratulations. And I'd like to take a minute to thank everyone who was in student council. This wasn't quite the year they expected when they interviewed last year, but they're a phenomenal group of kids, and they did a really good job this year, and I'm going to miss them all. Best wishes to everybody heading up to the high school.
I can second Mrs. Griffin's words about those individuals. They are phenomenal people, all of them, and I will miss them dearly, except for Ava, who'll be back next year in 8th grade. So congratulations, and thank you for all your work over the past 3 years. You've made this place that much better by being here. We have next the Assistant Principal Award, Mr. Taylor.
Good morning, and thank you all for coming out today. Of course, it had to rain on our last day of school. I guess it was the pandemic's final way of saying, you know, there you go. I'd like to talk to you today about the Assistant Principal Award. Our first recipient, as a 6th grader, this young lady stood out for many reasons. However, the very first thing anyone would notice when looking at her was that great, big, genuine, welcoming smile. It even radiated completely through a mask. However, within the context of that smile, there was also a kind heart and an accepting personality which separated her from her peers. This talented and caring student not only actively participated in class, but she also welcomed and respected the opinions of others. She was a model student and an asset in all of her classes. In addition to the classroom, she was involved in our sports program, playing field hockey, running track. I think I saw her in 6th grade at just about every CYO track meet in the area. And again, her leadership and welcoming personality was a coach's dream. Not to be content with her successes in sports and academics, she was also an active member of our theater productions. This year, she not only held a position of leadership as one of our officers, but she also won one of the Director's Awards as well. Just like in the classroom or the playing field, she displayed 100% dedication. In all of her ventures as a student at North Middle School, she enthusiastically stood out as a leader, welcomed classmates, teammates, new cast members, and displayed a positive energy that was nothing short of contagious. As a steadfast leader in our building, I'm very pleased to name Evie Rendon as the female recipient of the Assistant Principal's Award. Okay, for the male recipient of the Assistant Principal's Award, I'm not quite sure where to begin with this young man. I can only tell you I will truly miss him as he moves to the high school. I think the one thing that stood out the most to me is his character. He too was very active in the classroom, activities and discussions, and he would always have a kind and compassionate word for others. Despite being a young adult, he always had the foresight to not only seek individual attention, but to do what was best for the group to succeed. This was always evident in his performances with the band, the orchestra, or the jazz band. And although he had a lot of musical ability when he entered as a 6th grader, he was not the most naturally talented musician. However, his work ethic was second to none, and he quickly developed skills to be one of the best drummers in the jazz band as a 7th grader, as well as able to be counted on to play some of the most difficult pieces in the symphonic concert bands and the symphonic. He did this, of course, while playing the cello for the orchestra as well. This young man stands out as he definitely marches to the beat of his own drum. Thank you for the pun, Mr. Volberg. All his teachers agree he is headed for so much success in life because he knows how to apply himself and put forth the exemplary effort in any situation he is asked by any adult. He is also frequently one of the last people to leave the classroom or a rehearsal, and he always checks to see if there is something he can put away or if there is something he needs to work on specifically. In a nutshell, this young man is the type of student every teacher wants to teach. I am very pleased to name Austin Rice as the male recipient of the Assistant Principal Award.
Congratulations, Evie and Austin. On a side note, I took down Austin in a chess match last week, so sorry, Austin. Brush up over the summer. I'm still the master, but that was fun. Two great individuals again. Finally, it's my award. Comes out the Principal Award. I always try to take two young individuals who kind of exemplify what North is all about, whether it be grades, personality, what they do for the school, how they benefit us, and I think I chose two excellent candidates this year. So I can't be prouder of them. So let me just start talking about candidate number one. This young man who has been nominated for my award is someone who always has a little, not a little, but a big smile on his face and is willing to help out. Here's what his teachers had to say about him. Ms. Worstel said, I had him in homeroom when he was in 7th grade, and he uses his entire 11th period to do his work and to help others. He is very kind and polite. If every kid had this positive attitude, teaching would be a breeze and North would be even a better place. Mrs. Reel said in 6th grade, this young man stood out to me because of his calm nature and positive attitude. He never seemed to complain about anything or anyone. He was always smiling, always worked hard, and always made the best of it each day. His positivity rubbed off on everyone around him. Mrs. Roberts said this young man is probably one of the most responsible students I have ever had the privilege of teaching in my class. He was always smiling and very positive. He gave his all in every project and was willing to help any student. He is a well-rounded young man, and he will go far in life. Mr. Wonder said this young man is hardworking, smart, and mature. Mr. Hickey added, this young man is a hard worker, has a positive attitude, and is extremely mature for his age. Mrs. Ritchie said that this young man was always very respectful, had very positive things to say about everyone, and as a 6th grader, he worked diligently and loved to share his stories in language arts. Mrs. O'Neill added that this young man is a hard worker and always tries his best. He was always willing to help others as well as ask for help himself. He is kind and nice, and he's always has a smile on his face. As you can tell, this young man is a special person. Besides all the amazing qualities he has heard from his teachers, he also participated in our school plays and was a member of our soccer and track teams this year. He exemplifies everything that is good about North Middle School and what we expect from our students. Every time he walked into the auditorium during lunch, he would have a smile on his face and always say hello. I wish everyone, students and adults, had his positive outlook on life. His kindness, compassion, and easygoing personality will take him far in life. If he were my son, I'd be extremely proud of him. It's my pleasure to honor and recognize Caleb Grimm as a male Principal Award recipient. As you can tell, I don't do well with this. This is tough for me. To the young lady, this young lady has the ability to light up any room she walks into. Her infectious personality is noticed by everyone. And here's just what some of her teachers had to say about this fine young lady. In 6th grade, this young lady stood out as a well-rounded, nice person. She was a leader in the classroom setting and especially in any group setting. She welcomed any group member and was always open to their opinions. She has many outstanding character traits as well. Mr. Volberg said, this young lady had the best line I ever heard when I met her this year. She had not played in the jazz band for over 2 years, but this year decided to be our piano player. When I asked her how much she enjoyed playing the piano, she said, piano is my passion. Not sure why she wasn't out the first 2 years, but despite that, she's playing in the jazz band now, and she has jumped in and done an outstanding job. Mr. Wonder said, I love her spirit, work ethic, involvement in the school, great student, and even a better person. She has a very bright future. Mrs. Ritchie said, vivacious and energetic, always a conscientious worker. Ms. O'Neill said, very happy. Even with the mask on, you could tell she was smiling. She brings a positive spirit into the classroom. Can I help her? Hardworking and very diligent. And finally, for Mrs. Griffin, this young lady has been on student council for 3 years. She was hardworking and enthusiastic. She gives 100% in everything she does. This young lady is someone I knew would always count on to get the job done. She came early for the dances, set up, stayed late to break things down. She is willing to complete non-preferred tasks. No job is too big for her or too small for her. For Staff Appreciation Day, she wrote many of the names on the sidewalk out in front of the school. She's a positive leader who is popular with her peers. She was elected president of student council at the start of the year. She ran our meetings during 11th period, and her leadership helped keep things organized, as well as many students learning virtually. She can be quiet when you first meet her, but she lets her funny side, I don't know if I ever saw that side, show once she gets comfortable with you. If my children were still little, this young lady is the person I would choose to have her babysit for. She is kind and treats people with respect. As you can tell by her teacher's comments, this young lady is well deserving of this award. I've had the pleasure of watching her grow and interact with her over the past 3 years. She is a true leader. She is organized, engaging, willing to take charge, and is willing to help out with anything when asked to do so. I think her best quality is her positive personality with everyone she meets. She has made North Middle School a better place to be. She makes everyone around her better. I've had so many personal interactions with her over the past 3 years, most of it ending in laughter. Not only does she have a terrific sense of humor, but she has the unique ability to laugh at herself. I will personally miss the lunch conversations this year. They were interesting, and with her and her friends, and they were interesting. I'll leave it at that. But they always brought a smile to my face. I am proud to have known this young lady and can't wait to see her become a leader at the high school. I have every confidence she will grow to do great things with her life. Like I said about Caleb, if she were my daughter, I'd be extremely proud of her. I will miss her. It's my pleasure and great honor to recognize Hannah Sabbath as our 8th grade female award recipient. Yeah. Congratulations to all our winners today. Everybody's well deserving. One more round of applause for all of our winners today. I'm going to just mention that we're going to congratulate the presidential award winners. We are running a little bit short on time, so congratulations to all 8th grade students who were presidential award winners this year. That is making honor roll for the 6th, 7th, and half of their 8th grade year. So there's about 82 of them, so I don't have until lunchtime, but congratulations to all of you. You'll receive your certificates during your 8th grade time today. So this time we're going to watch the end of your video. When that's over, I will conclude with my final thoughts, and then we'll conclude the program. So get the screen down, we'll get the video rolling, and after that, I'll be back.
shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. Start pouring down, light a fire they can't put out, carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores, don't forsake this life of yours, I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. These are the nights that never die. My father told me.
If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You'll never know quite when, well, then again it just depends on how long the time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest river. You can have it all, but life keeps moving. I'll take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting this long, eh? Been holding it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting this long, eh? Been holding it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting this long, eh? Been holding it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. And I know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up, and you make it round, but get up now, get up now. And I know it's hard when you're falling
down to get down tonight. 'Cause it's always a good time. Slept in all my clothes like I didn't care. Hopped into a cab, take me anywhere. I'm in if you're down to get down tonight. 'Cause it's always a good time.
Good morning and good night. I wake up at twilight.
It's gonna be alright. We don't even have to try. It's always a good time. It's always a good time.
parents, students, etc. It's been incredible. We survived last day. Hopefully next year I don't see another mask. That's my wish. So teachers, I was told that the video did not come through the way it's supposed to. Ms. Deli will send out the link to you a little bit later so you can see it or show it later in the classrooms if you like. So, and also the 6th grade, I know we're running a little bit late. 7th grade is graciously accepted to come down to the auditorium a little bit later so you have time with your students during right after this is over. All righty, final thoughts. Here we go. Well, this is it. We made it. Yeah. Whew. I know I'm exhausted. If you had asked me last August if we'd still be here in June, I'd say nope. I'd say not a chance. So to the 6th grade, I want to thank you for all the hard work. Whether you were in person or virtual student, learning in either environment had its challenges for sure. So you're off to a good start, though. If all goes well, we'll see you again in August. And this year, hopefully, provide you with the True North experience, not just the appetizer. I wish all of you a relaxing, safe summer, and I'll see you in August. 7th graders, I want to thank you as well for all your hard work this year, whether you were again in person or virtual. Again, you were allowed to experience a portion of your school year last year, but truly not the true experience that you would that you started in 6th grade with. I hope for your class more than any other class, August brings us back to normal, so you're able to have a year of fun. You deserve it. Your class has the potential to be one of the best classes that have ever come through North, and I hope you do not disappoint me once we get that chance to roll out through here next year. Have a safe, relaxing, fun summer. And I'm excited to see what you bring to us next year as leaders in 8th grade. Finally, to the 8th graders. Oh, I'm going to first start with an apology and let you know how sorry I am that the pandemic took away almost half your middle school experience. You deserve better, for sure. The last year and the third, you were deprived of talent shows, clubs, lip sync battles, farewell dance, picnic, field trips, countless other fun activities. Through it all, though, you remained positive, resilient, and personable, which you were. You will leave with many funny memories, I'm sure, whether it was a conversation out in the front in the morning. I'm sorry, you'll leave me with many funny memories and me with funny memories. Whether it was our conversations in the front in the morning, in front of the building when you were coming into school, crazy story in the cafeteria, there were many, at a dance, or just stopping in for a small chat in the hallway. These are all things I remember and I'll take away. And while I miss this class, you have the ability to do great things and move through life and excel through high school and beyond. Please do so. Be contributors to society and our community. Make and leave the world in a better place. Before you leave the school today, make sure you thank a teacher, a teacher's aide, or anyone else who has inspired you or had a positive impact on you while you were here. I think this is a great building. I think you're surrounded by great people. So I would greatly hope you express that, your thanks to someone today. I'm sure you can think of someone. Finally, you'll always have a place in my heart, not only for what you endured, but for the kind, nice, funny, intelligent, talented people you are. Your class will always be one of my favorites to come through North, and I truly mean that. It's been my pleasure being your principal for the last 3 years. Ultimately, you have made me a better person as well.